How's it going, guys? My name is Luis, and today Nintendo released the new Nintendo Switch 6.0 system update, and with it comes Nintendo's new online service. Now, if you watched my last Gaming Hot Take video on the online service, you know I wasn't a big fan of a lot of the features except the new NES online service. That actually launched today as well, and I want to give you guys my quick first impressions of the service so far, because I'm really liking it. If you want to get the app for yourself, just update your Nintendo Switch to firmware 6.0, and then head over to the eShop and download the free Nintendo Entertainment System application. It's a free download, but you'll only be able to use it if you have a Nintendo Switch Online service subscription, although currently, if you haven't actually subscribed yet, you can get a week trial for free. Jumping into the application, you'll be presented with this lovely looking video game shelf filled with NES games. Currently, there's a total of 20 NES games available, and you can find the full list of games in the description down below. It's only a small handful of games right now, but over the next few months, you'll actually see about 3 games released every single month on the service. It's a bit of a smaller edition per month than I'd actually like, but they're at least looking like solid additions so far, including Metroid and Ninja Gaiden. Once you're inside the service, pressing Y on a game lets you easily move around the games on your shelf to better organize things to your liking. Pressing X also gives you a short description of the game, giving you extra details like your playtime, when the game was originally released, and how many people can play it. Now let me just start off by saying this app is zippy. You can start one game, quit it, and then jump into another one in a matter of a few seconds. It feels so smooth. The collection of games so far is pretty adequate, from well-known classics like Super Mario Bros. 3, Legend of Zelda, Ice Climbers, to more obscure classics like Baseball, Double Dragon, and Dr. Mario. There's still certainly a bunch of NES games I'd like to see be added in the future, but for the start of the service, this feels pretty good. As far as customization goes, you're able to create and load save states for each of the games, and alter the display mode for each of the games. You can swap between a 4:3 aspect ratio, a pixel perfect mode for that classic resolution, and a CRT filter mode for those seeking a little bit more nostalgia. I personally like the 4:3 aspect ratio the most, as I found it to scale well to both my Switch's display and my 4K TV. For the games that feature 2-player support, you can add a second controller and play with a friend locally offline. It's a seamless experience and it works great. In a matter of a few seconds, my roommate and I were already playing Dr. Mario and Mario Bros. Like if we just had modded an HDMI converter into a classic NES. The fancy new addition to the multiplayer is the online, and it can use some work. To play online, you scroll over to the online tab on the side and either create a public or private room or join a friend's room. Immediately, I was a bit disappointed to see that you can't just join a random person online to play a classic game. This is strictly locked off to only friends. When you do join a friend online, the service can still be a bit spotty, relying on a peer-to-peer connection that doesn't always seem to be the most stable connection. It's not garbage, but it can use a bit of work. Now, after playing for a little bit over an hour both online and offline with friends, I'm enjoying the service so far. I think it shows a lot of promise for a great service, especially once the library starts to grow a bit more. It can easily be the Netflix of classic Nintendo games, only way faster than streaming a movie. I love that idea. But there still are some improvements I'd like to see with it though. Currently, you can't remap the buttons on your controller, and you can't change the border around games. I'd love to be able to make the background around games just a solid black color, or perhaps a theme frame for that specific game like a Super Game Boy. Obviously, some improvements across the online need to be done too. There needs to be a bit more optimization with the online, and just being able to randomly play a stranger in Dr. Mario should be a thing. I think small touches like that could make the service even better. Those are just my quick impressions of the Nintendo Entertainment System online service. You can actually use the phone application to voice chat with your friends online, but let's be honest, that's something I'm not going to be doing, and probably you won't be doing either. But if you do end up using the service or just using the application, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now before I go, there's actually one cool little trick you can do. If you have a Japanese eShop account on your Switch, you can go into the eShop, download the Japanese version of the NES application, and still play it even though you only have a subscription on your American account. You should definitely go ahead and try that out, because chances are you'll be getting a lot of NES games that aren't available in America in Japan. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share the video with your friends. It helps more people find out about my videos, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you all very much for watching, and keep on gaming.